In a small, serene village nestled in the foothills of ancient mountains, stood an old clock tower that had witnessed generations come and go. The clock, with its majestic face and intricate gears, was a marvel of craftsmanship, a gift from a master clockmaker who had left the village many years ago. The villagers revered the clock, relying on its chimes to regulate their daily lives. The clockmaker, Daiki, had once been a young man with unparalleled skill and an obsession with perfection. He had left the village in search of enlightenment, joining a Zen monastery in the distant mountains. Years passed, and the clock began to falter, its once precise chimes now irregular. The villagers, anxious and unsettled, felt the disruption in their lives. One day, a rumor spread that Daiki had returned. The villagers hurried to the edge of the village, where they found a now elderly Daiki, his presence calm and serene. He wore the simple robes of a Zen monk, his eyes reflecting years of meditation and inner peace. The villagers pleaded with him to repair the clock, hoping to restore order to their lives. Daiki agreed, but with a condition. He asked the villagers to gather in the square each morning, where he would share the teachings he had learned during his years at the monastery. The villagers, desperate to see their beloved clock restored, agreed. The first morning, as the sun cast its gentle rays over the village, Daiki addressed the crowd. Time, he began, is a concept we grasp tightly, yet it slips through our fingers. We chase it, try to control it, but in doing so, we lose its true essence. He assigned the villagers simple tasks to help with the repair, urging them to approach each task with patience and mindfulness. He began by disassembling the clock, piece by piece, explaining the purpose of each gear, spring, and pendulum. The villagers watched, fascinated by the intricate machinery and Daiki's deliberate movements. As the days turned into weeks, Daiki continued to teach. He spoke of the importance of being present in each moment, likening the repair of the clock to the journey of life. Just as each gear has its role, each moment in our lives has its value, he said. Rushing through tasks only leads to mistakes and missed opportunities for growth. The villagers, initially impatient, began to see the wisdom in Daiki's words. They started to apply mindfulness to their daily routines, whether it was farming, cooking, or tending to their families. They noticed how their lives began to flow more smoothly, the anxieties of their previously hurried existence fading away. One afternoon, a young boy approached Daiki, curious about why he had left the village all those years ago. Daiki smiled and shared his story. I was once obsessed with time, always striving for perfection in my work, but I realized that in my pursuit, I was missing the beauty of the present moment. I sought enlightenment, hoping to understand the deeper meaning of time and life. He continued, at the monastery, I learned that time is like the flowing river, constant and unchanging in its essence, yet ever-changing in its form. The key to inner peace is to flow with it, not against it. As the weeks passed, the villagers noticed a transformation in Daiki. His movements were slow and deliberate, his presence radiating tranquility. The clock, too, began to take shape under his patient hands. The intricate gears, springs, and pendulums, once scattered and broken, now began to fit together harmoniously. Finally, the day arrived when the clock was ready to be tested. The villagers gathered in the square, holding their breath as Daiki set the clock in motion. The gears turned smoothly, the pendulum swung rhythmically, and the clock's hands moved with precision. As the clock struck noon, a deep, resonant chime echoed through the village, a sound they had not heard in years. The villagers erupted in joy, their faces lighting up with gratitude. They thanked Daiki profusely, but he humbly reminded them. The true repair was not just of the clock, but of our understanding of time. We have learned to value each moment, to live with patience and mindfulness. Life in the village changed profoundly after that. The villagers no longer rushed through their days. They approached each task with care, savoring the process rather than fixating on the outcome. They spent more time with their families, enjoying the simple pleasures of life. The village prospered, not just materially, but in spirit. One day, as the sun set behind the mountains, casting a golden glow over the village, Daiki gathered the villagers for one final lesson. Remember, he said, time is a gift. Each moment is precious, not for what it brings us, but for what it is. Live fully in each moment, and you will find peace. With that, Daiki bid farewell to the village. He returned to the mountains, but his teachings remained. echoing in the hearts of the villagers. The clock tower stood tall, a symbol of the timeless wisdom daiki had imparted. The chimes, now regular and harmonious, served as a gentle reminder of the value of time and the beauty of living in the present. The village thrived, not just because of the restored clock, but because of the restored spirit of its people. They had learned the true essence of time, that it is not something to be controlled or chased, but something to be cherished and embraced with mindfulness and patience. The legacy of Daiki, the Zen clockmaker, lived on, a testament to the profound teachings of Zen and the enduring value of time.